Samsung's latest foldable phones are a big advance over the previous generation. The Z Fold 7 boasts an extremely thin and light body, bigger screens, better cameras, and faster performance, while the Z Flip 7 has an edge-to-edge cover screen and a bigger battery. Next year, Samsung is rumored to fix one of the greatest concerns identified with foldable phones. Noted analyst Ming-Chi Kuo stated on X that Samsung's forthcoming Z Fold phone will feature a laser-drilled metal display plate. Apparently, this technology allows the phone to disperse the stress caused by bending the screen, allowing the screen to be crease-free. People have been grumbling about the foldable display's crease since the launch of first-generation Galaxy Fold. While the visibility of the wrinkle has lessened over the years, it hasn't faded totally. This new component will apparently be supplied to Samsung by the South Korean firm Fine M-Tec. This startup will also supply the component to Apple for the first foldable iPhone, which is slated to appear next year. Since it is a high-price component compared to what is being utilized in the Z Fold 7, the manufacturing cost will rise, but it remains to be seen if Samsung bears it or passes it on to the customer by increasing the phone's pricing. Apple's first foldable iPhone will fight head-to-head with the Z Fold 8, and it will be interesting to see how they perform against each other and how Apple markets a folding iPhone. Usually, Apple's new gadget arrives with superior third-party software support, and it will be vital for Samsung to respond in a better manner than it has in the past. Google and Samsung need to engage with third-party app developers to make better use of the foldable screen in their apps. Next, here is why I'm patiently waiting for the Z Fold 8 next year, even if the foldable is already excellent. The Z Fold 7 has lots of wow factor, but with substantial advancements planned for the future Z Fold 8, holding it out could be the wiser choice. The new Z Fold 7 is an outstanding book-style foldable that tackles many of the long-standing quibbles ailing the Fold series for years. I spent a weekend with the device, and was shocked by how much its reduced weight and thickness made it feel like a regular candy bar phone when folded. The cover screen is wider and more useful. The inside display is larger at 8 inches, and the new 200 megapixels camera sensor ensures imagery isn't a major sacrifice this time around. As far as it's come, the Fold 7 still has some obvious limitations, and the rumor mill is already hard at work with persuasive reasons why waiting for the Z Fold 8 might be the smart choice. Samsung itself has characterized to the Z Fold 7 as a device with the removal of S Pen functionality and stagnating battery capacity. Here are a few reasons why I think the Z Fold 8, when released, will be the ultimate choice. The crease-free display. Foldable have long been afflicted by one important downside: a visible and often unattractive crease down the middle of the display. Sure, it's improved a lot over the years, but it's never fully gone away. That might change with the Galaxy Z Fold 8, according to famed supply chain analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, who predicts that Samsung's next Fold will employ new laser-drilled metal plates under the screen to practically eliminate the fold. They accomplish so, according to the paper, by spreading the stress from folding the display in a way that allows the panel to bend without producing a permanent mark. Kuo also believes that Apple is intending to employ the same tech in its own undisclosed foldable iPhone, presently due for late 2026. As we know, when Apple does anything, the industry follows. Samsung, in this situation, couldn't afford to ship a Z Fold 8 with a visible seam versus a faultless Apple foldable iPhone display. I've grown to accept the crease as a byproduct of having the latest and finest technology, but eradicating that crease would be a significant step forward for taking the foldable form factor even further into popularity among everyday users. The battery needs an upgrade. When it comes to power and charging, the Z Fold series has found itself in a bit of a rut, with battery capacity static at 4,400 mAh since the Z Fold 3. Meanwhile, competitors like Autono's latest Magic V5 and Oppo Find N series are pushing capacities near the 6,000 mAh mark by utilizing next-generation silicon-carbon battery technology. Samsung has yet to put its toes into this water, but its executives have acknowledged that they're working on it. In a conference during Galaxy Unpacked, Samsung's head of smartphone planning Min-Seop Kang affirmed Samsung's research work and goal of implementing this battery technology in future phones once the team is pleased with its reliability. Samsung undoubtedly understands its battery capacity is overdue for an upgrade, so it makes plausible that we might see this innovation come to the Z Fold 8 next year. Not only that, but the Z Fold's wired charging speed of 25 watt maximum is far slower than what other flagships offer, taking roughly 90 minutes to charge from 0 to full. The Magic V5 supports up to 66 watt quick charge, and the Oppo Find N takes that to the 80 watt range. Yes, these are Chinese foldables which typically push the boundaries compared to the US market, but even the recently launched Moto Razr Ultra delivers up to 68 watt of rapid charging, capable of a full charge in roughly 40 minutes. The Z Fold 8 has a lot of room to expand in this area, and it's due time to do so. So we meet again, S Pen. One alteration that attracted a lot of notice with the Z Fold 7 is the absence of Samsung's S Pen. In the company's pursuit of a lighter, thinner foldable, it deleted the active digitizer layer needed to incorporate the active stylus into the experience. Power users who have grown to appreciate the S Pen are a loud minority that Samsung has been nurturing for years, so it's unlikely that the company wants to forsake them totally. The good news is that Samsung has previously hinted at a return of the S Pen on a future Z Fold. Kang added that Samsung is researching and developing thinner and innovative technologies for the S Pen, as the company reconsiders a return of the functionality for future models. Perhaps Samsung might produce a slimmer digitizer, a new S Pen design, or even an integrated slot. One can dream with the Fold 8. Samsung accepts the public response, and that could lead to the restoration of a meaningful differentiator in the foldables market. Next-gen performance on a 2nm device. The Z Fold 7 already carries Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Elite series chip with a special overclocked for Galaxy Edition. But the Fold 8 might take an even bigger step up in speed and efficiency with a projected move to a 2nm production process. Reports out of Korea claim that Qualcomm is teaming with Samsung Foundry to build a specific for Galaxy model of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 on a 2nm or 3nm technology. The aim is that by late 2025 or early 2026, Samsung's chip fabs will be ready to churn around those 2nm processors, which is plenty of time to have them emerge with the Z Fold 8 later in the year. These would be some of the first smartphones to be made on 2nm technology, providing huge performance and power increases while also creating less heat. Considering the Z Fold's aim on slimness, this heat reduction would be a pleasant outcome. This improvement would certainly outclass the existing Z Fold 7 chip, manufactured on a 3nm technology, but also offer Samsung a substantial leg up compared to rivals, possibly even including an Apple iPhone foldable. In conclusion, the Z Fold 7 indicates Samsung is capable of releasing a foldable that feels like an everyday phone. I have a lot of respect for Samsung's continual iteration on this concept, and they continue to produce the most polished book-style foldable device to the biggest worldwide audience. However, evidence shows that some spectacular breakthroughs could await those who wait just a little bit longer for the next addition to the series. As for me, I'll be watching intently. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates.